Hey everybody, Mike, Monkey Fab, trying to pause. We got Fleetwood Mac playing in the back. It is New Year's Day. So it's New Year's Day. I just posted up the Volvo video. She's up here doing Volvo stuff, just kind of announcing to the universe that this project is going on. I'm really excited about this project. I love this car. The Phoenix boy was a bit of a labor of love. This thing, this is fun. This is doing all the fun stuff. So we, I did. It's funny how your ideas and views on things change. I used to think like any kind of injectors were fine. I used to have all kinds of beliefs, but then what happens is technology shifts and moves, and you make mistakes, and lots of mistakes are made, but you learn. So now I don't think that all injectors are equal. I'm actually kind of an injector snob, but I always think like the stock boys has got to be pretty good, right? Like if you were running a company like General Motors, what you wouldn't want to do is be replacing engines because the stock injectors buggered up. So I tend to have a lot of faith in the stock guys, but they're not very capable. So anyway, all this is just to say that we're cleaning injectors, boys and girls. I think that cleaning injectors is a good idea. These guys are like 30 pounders is what the interwebs tells me. So I did that, and even on E, we should be able to cover her. She's just naturally aspirate. There's no turbos, so hopefully it'll work. For gas, no problem. With E, I don't know. It gets kind of close to what we might be reaching, but who cares? I mean, we'll just have to buy new injectors if that's the case. But these stock boys, going to reuse those, and that's what we're doing. Is we're just basically cleaning injectors. I have to get all the front end accessories on, so I need those guys cleaned because I need to know they work, because they don't fit whatsoever. I bought a stock fuel rail, but apparently I got the wrong one because it does not fit. I got one of these guys, and the bolt holes don't line up, so we have to manipulate that, and it is too short. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to buy fuel injector hats to like bump it up like 15 or 20 millimeters, like about an inch is what I need, and that will give me what I need. It'll give me enough space to fix the fact that these locking holes are these lugs are in the wrong place, so I can cut these off and re-weld new guys on there. It's just stainless steel, and I have to get new O-rings for that guy. So I wanted to make sure before I bought new, and that's expensive, like hats and O-rings, you're looking at like $60 maybe, I'm guessing. So that would be a total waste if these injectors didn't work and I had to buy new injectors. So I just buy the new injectors, but I'm kind of an injector snob. Another bad, so Holly is just suffering. I bought that guy, called up Holly. They assured me we have this in stock. I order it, and it comes without the transmission harness and without the fuel injector harness. So I've already called them once. I realized that the transmission harness was missing. I called up Summit, and luckily they had one in stock, and they sent me that. But now I need to call them up and be like, hey, the whole fuel injector harness is missing out of here. I guess I need to sit down and go through it and make sure I'm not missing any other little things out of there. First time I've ever had a trouble, with Holly, and not including the parts I need and whatnot. Usually they do a really good job. So just wild times we are in. Back to getting those guys done, and then I got this air compressor ICT billet guy here. We got to read directions, and then we got to put that guy up there, so then we can finish the rest of the stuff, so you can figure out where everything else is going to land. So the air conditioning compressor guy is on. It's just this ICT billet mount. I can't remember who sold this to me. I think this might have been sold to me by Vintage Air, or the part number given to me, like use this guy, and happy with that. Gonna hold this guy, gonna use the rear for the air conditioning, so it'll be a single belt kind of thing, and I like it. The only thing I don't like about these like ICT billets and, you know, LS Simple and all these other guys that do these basically like these cut nut bolt spacer brackets is sometimes it get a little wonky. Like on the Phoenix, I just had to kind of shim it. The compressor didn't run true, and it kept jumping a tooth and kind of just eating the belt. So I just kind of shimmed it a little bit, put a spacer, and just kind of kicked the condenser, because with all those bolts and spacers and stuff, it just has a tendency to kind of get catty wampus a little bit. That's why we spent the big bucks and opted for this bracket for our accessory drives over here. These guys, good solid, you know, it's not gonna, I mean, this is basically factory. It looks like it's probably a knockoff. Well, it's probably not a knockoff of, because there's some stuff on here that's neat, like these pulley positions, so you can tension or loosen the belt as needed. There's some smart thinking going on here. But anyway, these just run true, where these guys are not quite as sturdy, just because of how they're made. So anyway, got to get this stuff on, so we'll be doing that next. And like zippity zap, and our front end, our front accessory drive is pretty much done. So this thing, what a great car. She just really wants to cooperate and get the swap up and running. She wants to live, you know, she just wants to live. You ever have, like, most of my projects, they want to die. This one, she wants to live. So super excited, because now we can kind of visualize some stuff. We can kind of see and visualize some things that we need to do. We know that we have the radiator and fan stack like right here, so we need to get that stuff in there, get our condenser in here for the air conditioner, fan, etc. Have that laid out. We need to figure out how we're going to run the cooling lines. So these lines actually look really simple. I'm going to I have a bulkhead. I think I'm just going to do a bulkhead fitting at the top right here in 90, right off of this little window you already see kind of cut. I'll have to do a little fiddling, but it's not a big deal. Then there's 2 holes down here, and I'm thinking about just popping another hole somewhere in this thing for the heater hoses. You got 2 hoses, 1 and 2. They got to go to the core, so we'll need a pass through for there. We'll need a drain. There's already a drain in the place. That's the factory drain. And then we'll bring the air conditioner hoses in on this guy right here, this hole that you can see in the cowling. That just kind of goes here. Since we don't have any turbos, there's no headaches or anything in our way over a mill, and we can just put those lines right there. So super easy. The this guy is coming up here. This I'm sorry, you can't see. The AN6 line for the power steering pump is in up here, and what we can do is take the factory hose off here, and just weld another AN6 mil on this guy, and then we'll just need a length of line to go between the 2, and then another one for the return, and we'll have our power steering and our alternator, all that stuff sorted. Like I told you guys, you can see the problem with the headers here, and it's on both sides and kind of in the back too. So pretty easy fix. We just got to do some cutting and some welding. Just waiting for those pieces to show up, and we'll get that done. No problem. Overall, really happy. This Holly kit just so I'm gonna do like the happy sandwich. Is that what it is? The good sandwich. So we'll say good things and we'll say bad things and we'll say good things. So this kit just boom, and it's together, and really super easy, very complete. it has everything, even the little wire. Oh, there it is, the little Holly wire guy to wire into the wiring harness. So that's just really, really cool, really complete. Still got to get a hold of Holly and find out why they didn't send my fuel injector rail, not rail, my fuel injector harness that plugs into the main harness. I got everything but that and the transmission harness, but they got the transmission harness back. Then we got we're just waiting on some parts for the fuel injectors. We cleaned the fuel injectors today, so they'll be ready to drop in. As soon as they drop in and we get the O-rings and spacers, then we can figure out what we need to do to make the fuel rail land, run the fuel pressure regulator, and we just finished building the car for the most part. Install the computer. It would be a great project for like somebody just getting into working in their own garage, doing car swaps, doing engine swaps, things like that. Just a simple all motor. It's very easy. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to worry about every system on the vehicle. You could just literally get a 940 Volvo Wagon, a 4.8 or a 5.3 dropout with the automatic 4L60E trans, and this will be a fun car.